Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. My name is Siti Atasha and I'm a group leader for group 6 in section 09G. This video is about our project proposal for our courses, which is UHS2021 Softskills 2. This video we dedicate to our lecturer Dr. Rahana bin Hamzah. Next. This is our group, which is consists of 5 group members such as Siti Atasha, AINA SYAHKINA, EMILIA NURDIANA, MARC ALISTAIR, and Lin. So I am a group leader that I already distribute the tasks and also the roles for each of the group member as shown as in this slide. We will start the presentation with the introduction of the project by presenter number 1.
As we all know, the big theme for this semester's proposal presentation is Sustainable Development Goals, and we're asked to choose only one from the 6 sub-themes provided to us, which is the clean water and sanitation. Sustainable development is an idea or the goals that human societies must live and meet their needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Specifically, it is a way of organizing society so that it can exist in a long term. Clean water and sanitation is the 6th goal of sustainable development, which is to ensure access to safe water sources and sanitation for all. Access to water, sanitation, and hygiene is a human right, and the demand for clean water has outpaced the population growth. Half of the world's population is already experiences severe water shortage. Clean water is essential not only to health, but also to poverty reduction, food security, peace and human rights, ecosystems, and education. However, many countries facing challenges linked to water shortage and water pollution, including Malaysia, especially in the rural areas. Thus, several actions need to be done to decrease these problems. Next. When we did our research on the water problems all around the world, we found out that some of these statistics which are proven by United Nations, and we can summarize that more than half of the population in this world still don't have the access to clean water. Thus, the next part of this slide is the part where all of our group members identify the water problem in Malaysia to generate the ideas to reduce these problems. Next presenter.
The first problem statement is from Siti Atasha, which is me. From this team, I already create one problem statement that consists of what, how, why, where, and when. For what and who, orang asli community. How, travel miles and carry back heavy pan of water. For why, to get access to clean water. Where, Kampung Binjal Pahang. And for when, every day. This W1H create one problem statement which are orang asli community in Kampung Binjal Pahang need to travel miles and carry back heavy piles of water every day in order to get access to water sources. Next. So this is the cause and the effect chain, CEC. As we know, we are going to discuss about people who travel miles to get clean water. There are two things, which are system and situation. For situation, secluded place, unaware of related agency and also not able to pay water bill is not the true main causes. For system, it is not because of they do not have suitable reservoir area, but it is because of there is no clean water since the water is not being treated. This is due to the no installation of clean water treatment. Thus, for the corrective action, we need to design a machine that can collect clean water directly from rain. Next. For functional analysis, the subject is the machine that can collect water directly from rain. The action verb are transport and channel, and for object is the clean water. Here is the component analysis. It is consists of filter that made from sand, coal, and drumstick leaf that we bind on the top of the tree by using strong wire. The filter is functioning to separate and get rid of contaminant and suspended particles. The pipe use the natural sources, which is bamboo. This is also consists of UV light to kill microorganisms, dynamo to generate energy to UV light, and the last one, storage tank to store the clean water. Next. This is the interaction of the machine with the clean water, which is functioning model. The wire will be hold the bamboo, while the bamboo will hold the filter. While the other hand, the filter also will supply the clean water. The bamboo also will transport the clean water. Next, the dynamo will supply the UV light and then in the same time the UV light can treat the clean water. For storage tank, it will hold the clean water. There are two super systems, which is weather and also microorganism, which can affect the quality of clean water. Okay, next I will pass to the second presenter. My AINA.
Assalamualaikum, my name is SYAHKINA binti AZMI. I will present my problem statement. Next. To create the problem statement, I'm using 5W1H method. So, what or who referring to the insufficient clean water? How referring to a difficult to be supply? Why? Because far from the main water supply, or the main pipe supply is not functioning well. When it happened during drought or low water supply pressure, and where it happened in remote areas. So my problem statement is insufficient clean water, difficult to be supplied because far from the main water supply, and sometimes the main pipe supply is not functioning well during drought or low water supply pressure at remote area. Next. For the root cause analysis, the problem is the insufficient clean water supply because of the situation and the system. The situation may be caused by the climate changes or overused water, but the highest level causes is due to the system. Firstly, because of the distance, it's too far or there is no enough space to create the water system. Next, due to the insufficient pressure to supply because of the design issue or the other factor. Lastly, due to the piping problem. So the corrective action is to design an additional system adjacent to the remote area. Next. As you can see, this is the component analysis. The product have a body, filter, connectors, and the collected water. So the rainwater basically will be collected and filtered before being stored in the body. Next. For the interaction analysis, the body will hold the connectors as well as the tree water, and the collected water is as a supply for the body, and the filter act as clean before being stored in the body of the product. Next. For the functional models, my product basically act as rainwater collectors where the water is being stored and filtered to supply a clean water before being distributed to the people. Next.
Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to all. My name is EMILIA NURDIANA binti AZIDEE and I will continue with my problem statement. So my problem statement, for what or who, it is for clean water. How? It is for cannot reach to the villages living on the ocean. Why? For no transport system to transport clean water from the land. When? From the past to the present, and where? At Pulau Gaya, Sabah. So it leads to a problem statement, which is clean water cannot reach to the villages living on the ocean due to no transport system to transport clean water from the land to Pulau Gaya, Sabah, from the past to the present. So this is the root cause analysis, CEC. So the problem is no clean water for the population at Pulau Gaya, Sabah. So the problem is from the system because of the design issue of the piping system. The material of the pipe is not suitable to transport the water to the population at Pulau Gaya, Sabah. So this is the functional analysis. The subject is the pipe to transport the water from the land to the population at Pulau Gaya. The function is to transport, and the object is the clean water. So the corrective action is to transport the clean water from the land to the population via piping system. So this is the component analysis, which consists of screw, protective layer, the pipe, and the pipe holder. This is the functioning model, which is the pipe will be sealed by protective layer and the holder will hold the pipe. The screw will hold these pipes and the holder, and these pipes will transport the clean water. The super system is the salt water that will disturb the system. Next.
The fourth problem statement is from me, Mark Alistair. This is my problem statement after the combination of 5W1H above, which is the water sources are having unpleasant smell and not clean due to the villagers in remote area of Kapit Sarawak using unclean water by water pump system from the nearby big pond every day. Next, the CEC analysis then identifies the cause of the problem to occur, which is from the absence of the water treatment or filtration system at the pond, which leads to the water not being treated and no clean water for the villagers. The corrective action for this problem is to design a filtration machine that able to filtrate water from pond for the whole village. Next, the functional analysis of the water filtration system is the it is to transport or cleanses the water. Next, this is the component analysis of the water filtration system or machine that I suggested. It pumps, filtrate, and transport clean water from the pond to the village. It can be located on the ground near the pond. Next, for the function model of this system, the body of machine holds sand filtration system inside it to clean the water and holds manual valve above it. Manual valve holds pressure gauge that pumps water from the pond and hold pipes that guides the water. Water is supplied from the pond in the mountain to the villager after being treated. Water in pond can decreases when it comes to a long drought, and the debris in pond can contaminate the water. The next presenter.
Next, the problem statement by me, Pujalin, is there are still millions of people do not get to access to clean drinking water due to lack of sanitation system to treat the water source in their area. Hence, they need a simple and complete system to help them. Next, the root cause analysis we can see here is the system is caused by no water treatment. Thus, the water is not being treated and led to no clean water. The corrective action for this is to design a water treatment system that able to filter water from the nearby tanks. As for the functional analysis, the subject is water treatment system that we need to transport and cleanses to get a clean drinking water. Next. As for the component analysis, the system is set up by quite number of components which are booster pump, pre-treatment cartridge, UV disinfection, ultra pure water cartridge, ultrafiltration module, dispensing STM1, tank, dispensing STM2, circulation pump, and conductivity. Next. For the functioning model, the clean drinking water is treated by UV disinfection and cleaned by pre-treatment cartridge and ultra pure water cartridge, and is supplied by the ultrafiltration module which hold the sterile filter and pump by circulation pump which hold by pressure outlet and guide by booster pump. Next.
From these 5 problem statements, so our group already has decided to choose the problem statement from Mark Alistair.
Because it is low cost, the components needed are cheaper in terms of materials, for example, chlorine. And then it is also environmental friendly. It use of natural resources and easily to get. The third benefit is it is simple design. The system are easy to set up and easy to use. And lastly, it is also a user-friendly system because the valve is easily to control. Next presenter.
Okay, now I will continue with the engineering contradiction. The manipulated variables is to increase the total flow rate of the filtered water per hour by increasing the volume of the water filtration system. For the positive responding variable, more filtered water can be supplied when the productivity of clean water per unit time increases. For the negative responding variables, need larger area to place the water filtration system. So, If we increase the volume of the water filtration system, then the productivity of clean water per unit time will increase, but it requires larger area to place the water filtration system. So for the inventive principle, we will select the productivity and the area of the stationary object. So we get the IP10, IP35, IP17, and IP7. For IP10, which is the prior action, IP35, which is parameter change, IP17, which is another dimension, and lastly IP7, which is nested doll.
Based from the selected problem statement, this is the sketch for our product. We decided to have double filtration to increase the filter volume clean filter volume of the water. Besides, we also implement automatic pump to increase the productivity for our system. And lastly, we also have a chlorine tank in order to have a disinfection for the water. Therefore, the water is safe to be consumed by the people. Thanks.
Okay, lastly, this is the expected impact from our project design. Our product might be environmental friendly since most of the component we use are from natural resources. For example, we use sand as our component inside the filter. Our product also can improve the consumer well-being since clean water can ease the villagers. For example, they can use the water to cook, wash, and drink, which is of course they can increase their health and happiness. Moreover, it also can improve the consumer health since they no need to consume bad quality of water anymore. Lastly, our product is a low in cost since our design is simple and most of the material used are low in cost. That's all from us. Thank you.